Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
I will always feel something. I will always feel.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Lunchin with Lisa. For those who tune in on a regular, you know we come on every Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight is a special night. We always have great guests that come on the show. We have some returning guests that are in this group, but this is a special group. This is the cast. I've been pushing this out there forever. I don't care if you all tired of hearing about it, because y'all need to know about this and y'all need to support this crew, this movie, and everything about it. So tonight is all about the old school rollers. I've been hearing some noise in the background, so I know people are excited to meet you all. And we're going to have some giveaways tonight. We're going to share the trailer for those who haven't seen it. And we're going to pump you up because we need you to go out there and get them tickets and be in the place. It's in Landover, Maryland at the AMC Theater, Magic Johnson Theater. So y'all don't want to miss this. So we're going to talk to some of the cast, see how the experience was. We're going to talk to the assistant director that's here. We have some wonderful people in this room. This is not the entire cast, but it is a great portion of the cast. And I want them to share their roles in the movie and just everything about it. As a matter of fact, some of the people on here actually have other roles that they play. So they were have dual hats. They were doing several things at one time. Okay, so we got some skilled people in the house. So before we get started, I wanted to remind everybody again that you can find Lunchin with Lisa on YouTube if you subscribe to my channel, Lisa Dove Washington, and the Lunchin with Lisa page on Facebook. And we also stream to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all those places. So you can find it any and everywhere. Listen in your car. There are no more excuses. We have just removed them all. So back to the show. But what I would like to do, Shariva's behind the scenes is going to help us out. We're actually going to go ahead and run one of the promos for the movie, and then we're going to come back and meet this wonderful cast. We'll be right back.
Hey, guess what? I got my ticket.
Me too.
Me too.
Me too.
What the heck? Me too.
To the hottest film of 2021.
It's called Old School Rollers.
I'm fired up.
So where is this happening at?
It's happening November 7th at 4 p.m. at the AMC Magic Johnson Theater.
Man, count me in.
Tickets are only on sale at eventbrite.com.
You do not want to miss this event. Peace.
Sponsored by
Right here on 96.3
WHUR.
Get your tickets today while they last, only at eventbrite.com. That's eventbrite.com.
So we are back. I want to tell you all that the tickets have been moving. So we're going to do a shout out to the people who actually took advantage of the promo we had going on today, where you could buy a ticket and get one free. People were paying attention and they made a smart move and they locked into their tickets. So we're going to shout out those people who did that. But right now we're going to meet some of the cast and hope that you want to come in-house on the 7th and meet some of them in person. So we're going to start off with Maya. And what I want everybody to do is I introduce you all to share with us what your role was in the movie and who you are. And then we're going to go back around and talk about your experience on set, because some of you, like I said, had dual hats. So Maya, why don't you kick us off, because she was not only part of the movie as far as the cast, she actually had another role. So let's talk a little bit. Tell them who you are and what you did with the movie, what your role was.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maya J. Penson. And first of all, thank you so much for having us, Lisa. It's great to be back, and I'm glad to bring on new people onto the show. But so in the movie Old School Rollers, I played the role of Brianna Harrison, which was one of the main character's granddaughters. And I was also behind the scenes. I was the assistant director on set. So when I wasn't acting, I was helping around behind the camera.
Yeah, so she didn't get much sleep. She was working. Well, she was working. So let's go on to Laura Ballou. Introduce yourself and tell us what role you played in the movie.
Okay. Hi. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for having us, Lisa. I'm happy to be here. I played Karen Harrison. I was married to Bruce Harrison, and we were involved in the dinner scene when everybody came to the house, and I was part of that dinner scene. And I play the role of a character who is oblivious without meaning to be. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it.
Yes, you all will love that scene. That was a whole move right there. So next we have Diane Robin Powell. Tell us who you are and what role you played. Because as you'll see that as everybody introduces themselves and their roles, the connection between everybody, like who was who to who.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa, for having me. My name is Diane Powell, and I play the part of Stacy, who is the main character's wife. I'm also Brianna, played by Maya. I'm her grandmother in the movie. I'm sorry, I play on my mind. I also acted as or served as the script supervisor. So I was at every shooting that we had. And I also got a chance to coach the main character because I was told that he had never done any acting before. And I guess, me being the veteran, I took that upon myself to kind of help him because I understand when you're coming from, when you're brand new, you need help. So
yes, you helped me too. You were amazing. And making me comfortable was definitely a plus in that situation because it can be a stressful time trying to remember something that you just looked at. So thank you for that. So Laverne, tell us who you are and what role you play in the movie.
Yes, absolutely. My name is Laverne Coleman. I played the role as an extra, the proud parent of another extra.
I know that's
and
right.
I had a ball.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too, because we got y'all out there on them wheels. So yeah, we got more to come with that. So Sheila, tell us who you are and what role you played.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheila Mackay, and I stepped out of my comfort zone and played an extra of the family member watching the TV commercial of the old school rollers. And I played it with my 87-year-old mother. Okay. And it was very, very exciting for me and scary.
I love it. I love it. All the above too, but I love it. So then at the bottom, we have the gentlemen that let the ladies go to the top. Thank you all so much. So we first have, is it Reynard? How do you pronounce your name?
It's Renardo.
Renardo. So Renardo, tell us who you are and what role you played in the movie.
Okay, thank you for having me. My name is Renardo Browder. I played the role of Donald. I was Larry's best friend, and it was a very great movie. You guys make sure you go see that.
Absolutely. So then we have Keith. Keith, tell us who you are and the roles, I'll add an S to that you played in the movie.
Yeah, hello everybody. Thank you for having me. So I played Keith Newton in the movie. My role was I was actually the owner of the skating rink. Not only that, I was one of the cameramen behind the scenes. So I did most of the shooting with Tree.
Wonderful, wonderful. So needless to say, it was a busy time. And Michael, tell us who you are and what role you played.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Thomas, and I played Eric White, who was Brianna's boyfriend, Maya's character. And I'd like to thank you for having me on. This is my first time on, and it was fun shooting old school roles.
I agree with all of you. I had a ball. And I don't know, this is a question I'm going to ask everybody because I think we'll get different answers. I also wanted to really talk to everybody about how you got involved with this project in the first place. I know that there were several people who are veterans to this game of acting and film and all of that, and then newbies. I like the fact that it was mixed up. I think it always makes for, a good combination. But the first question I wanted to ask everybody, just to make it a little interesting. Okay, so who is a skater that is in this realm right here? Who are the people who have been on the wheels? And I don't mean just stand up and then fall, but who knows how to skate up in here? Maya, Keith, Look, Renato's saying no skating here. I love it. I mean, I love it. I didn't get to skate in the movie. I did not do any skating, but I am a lover of skating. So that's what attracted me to the film, is that it was actually filmed between Crystal Skate, or Skate Palace is what it is now, and Lanham Skate. I actually grew up going to those skating rinks every week. As a matter of fact, for those who kind of know my story, I met my husband at Skate Palace 30 some years ago. So it was exciting to be able to film something like this in the skating rink that I was so pressed to be in every Thursday night. Okay. And when I say pressed, I mean pressed. Okay. Skating was just my jam, and it was the thing to do. It was safe. It was family friendly. It was almost like it was a social setting on wheels. There was nothing else in the room. You know, you got your Coke and your popcorn, but skating was the thing. So I wanted to ask each of you, Maya, I'm gonna come to you last because you have a different kind of role in it. And I'm going to touch on that with you. But I wanted to start with maybe Laura. What got you into this project in the first place? How did you find out about it? Because I want to do a special shout out to Shooting Future Stars. They did an amazing job in casting for this film. They were a intricate part of everything that went on. They were hands-on everywhere. Whatever you needed, they were there. I shout out to Mignon because she's still busy, always busy. And we'll connect that to who's on the screen too. But yeah, they put the work in, and congratulations to everybody who's been a part of this film. But Laura, tell us a little bit about how you even got connected with the project.
Okay, so I was working on a project with Mignon and Tree and Maya. And I was working as a script supervisor for that project. And Tree and Mignon approached me and they said, Laura, have you ever acted before? And I said, no, not at all. Not at all. And Mignon convinced me. She goes, no, you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll be good. We need a Karen. And I'm like, and I started laughing really hard because, we all know the connotation to a Karen. And so that was kind of interesting. And then she shared the script with me and I read it and I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I'm so glad I did. It was a lot of fun.
That's brave, because the connotation of Karen. So I could imagine at first it's like, I don't know if I want to play the role of a Karen, but that was brave and you did a wonderful job. So, and the fact that you're a newbie, so you've never acted or anything before.
No, never acted before. So Mignon helped me and she gave me some notes and so did Tree. And it was just awesome. It's a very wonderful group of people to work with. And we had a lot of fun and we cut up and laughed. And so they made it very comfortable.
Absolutely. When you all see the film, you'll see how connected everybody was. You would never think that, these people haven't done this before. But we do have a veteran on the screen. Diane, tell us a little bit about, because this is like old hat for you. So tell us a little bit about how you got connected with this. And believe me, I was like, I wish he was my mama. I love my mama too. But you be my mama's sister. And because she was so real and it brought back, we're not going to tell everything to you tonight, but some of the scenes just reminded me of old school in a wonderful way. So tell us a little bit about how you got connected.
Well, I was on Facebook one day and I saw an advertisement for an audition. And I said, okay, I just finished another movie I was doing. And I said, okay, I'll try it. What can it hurt? Either I get it or I don't, and as an actor, you have to get used to not getting the part because, just like you may think you're fit for it, the director or producer may think someone else is better for it. So, but yeah, that's how I got involved.
And you played that role. Yes, you did.
Thank you.
So I want to talk to Laverne and Sheila because extras play such a tremendous role in I've been an extra in meetings in movies before. I have a ball just like everybody else. And you get to kind of see everything full circle because you're there to watch the different scenes and do different things and be flexible. So tell us a little bit about, we'll start with Laverne. Tell us a little bit about your experience being an extra in a roller skating rink. How about that?
Okay, first of all, I can't skate. So let's start right there. And I have been knowing Mignon of Shooting Future Stars for about 8 years. My daughter Phoebe has been one of her clients for about 8 years. And Phoebe has been in several movies, and I personally would be the momager. So, just coming, sitting around and waiting for my daughter. And Mignon said, well, Laverne, you ought to be in this movie. And I was like, no, I don't think so. She was like, yeah, girl. But anyway, just being a part of the movie and being a part of the direction of Maya, it's just been just overwhelming. I had a lot of fun, and it was just a blast. And I just can't wait for people to see it on the 7th so that they can have fun as well.
Yes, absolutely. The music, I saw you getting your groove on. So we ain't gonna tell you the secrets, but yes, she got a groove on. So Sheila, tell us about your experience. How did you connect with this?
Well, the word skate hurts my ankles when I think about it, when I say it, the word. Mignon contacted me, Mignon from Shooting Future Stars. She and I are friends and family, and I've always said, well, I might want to try something like that one day. And she took me seriously and called me and said, hey, look, we've got this going on, and would you mind? And I'm like, okay. And in my head, I'm thinking, get out of your comfort zone, get out of your comfort zone, So I accept it. And Maya is actually my goddaughter and niece. So thank you.
I told you there were connections all over the screen. Absolutely. So Renato, tell us a little bit about how you got connected with this scene. I think I know a little bit of your story, but I thought it would be kind of interesting for people to know. Part of why I think this is good to share is because people always think, oh, not me, or it's not for me. And you never know what could happen and where you end up in these situations. So tell us a little bit about how you connected with this project.
Okay, well, basically, I was at home sleeping, and my dad called me. He was like, hey, you got to talk to somebody, which is Mignon, Maya's mother. And it was like, hey, well, she was actually trying to get my dad to do the role of Larry, and he wouldn't do it. So they called me, and then I ended up trying out, and then I was doing Larry, but then Tree wanted me to do Donald. And that's how I got the role for that. And I loved it. And it was my first time actually having a speaking script. So it was like right on time for everything that I've been wanting to do.
Love it. Love it. Okay. So as y'all can see, we got new or veteran. We have, and it means something to be excited about the film. When you connect with it, you just give it your all, which everybody did. Keith, tell us a little bit about your role. I know you had several hats with this, but how did you even become connected with doing this project and becoming cameraman?
Yes, ma'am. So first of all, Tree and I been friends since I was 9. I think I was 9 when I met Tree. I think he was maybe 15 or 16, somewhere thereabout. So I've been knowing him forever. And years passed. So we recorded in studios together. We both musicians and everything. Years ago, I started a video company, and then Tree came up with Outreach Productions, and I started doing a lot of work for Tree. And Tree hired. He still hired me right now today, as you can see, as a cameraman. I actually saw him. I was on Facebook one day, and I saw him come on, and he was down by the monument somewhere, and he was talking about writing this script for his new movie. And so I immediately called him. I said, man, tell me about this movie. I'm ready to shoot it. So he started telling me about it, but I did not know I would have such a role in this movie. I was thinking behind the scenes, cameraman, directing. But as you know, God will have it, I got a chance to really.
Oh, we lost it. We lost your volume, but as you can see, anything can happen.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you back now. Absolutely. So yeah, as you can see, anything can happen. You can start off thinking one thing, and next thing you know, you are full screen. So Michael, not last, and certainly not least, because we're gonna go to Maya after this with her role. But Michael, tell us how you got connected with this role, because you had an important role in this movie too.
So my cousin had saw this. She's friends with Kenny Davis, Rolo, and she had saw the flyer for the auditions and stuff on his story. And she sent it to me, like knowing that I wanted to be an actor and wanted to like get further out there because I had done like plays and stuff in my school, but I wanted to actually start doing movies and film acting. So she had sent that to me, like, oh, you should audition for this and stuff like that. So then I emailed Shooting Future Stars, and she had asked me, she said, oh, can you skate? And I was like, no. I mean, I can go around in the circle, but I can't really, dance and stuff. So then she's like, okay. So then she said, we have one more non-skating role for you. And then she asked me to audition for it, sent me the script, and I auditioned it for it, and I got the part.
Wonderful. And as a matter of fact, even though you say you're not a skater, yeah, I think you hit those wheels. You got on there, so you did all right. So Maya, kind of to full circle this with this question. So how did you get involved in being and I think you already mentioned that you were assistant director, but tell us a little bit about that, how that transpired. And then what was your take? I don't know if this was your first time doing assistant director, but tell us a little bit about that before we move on to share some more things about this experience.
Yeah, so Tree, the excuse me, the director and producer, he is actually my cousin, for those who doesn't know. And he's my cousin, so he talked to my mom about it, and then they both told me about the idea about the movie. And of course I was here for it because I love movies. Like, no matter what I'm doing, as long as I'm participating in some way, shape, or form, I'm here for it. So they Tree had told me about the role I would be playing, and I was, interested. And I, got the role. And once we got closer to the first filming date, I'm a senior in high school, so I'm starting to apply for colleges, and I want to go to college for film production. And I kind of want to like build up my resume more so in the behind the scenes area. And so I asked Tree, I said, hey, do you mind if I helped out around the scenes? I mean, behind the scenes. And Tree said, yeah, of course. And I didn't categorize it as assistant directing at first, but I think he had said to me or to someone else, and he had called me the assistant director. So I was like, whoa, I get a title? Well, I really wasn't expecting. I just thought I was just going to be an extra set of hands behind the scenes. But yeah, it was really a really good experience because this wasn't my first time assistant directing. The movie where Miss Laura and I connected Tree and Miss Laura, that was the first time I assistant directed a movie because Tree was a cinematographer. Sorry, my dad's walking past with the interview on his phone, and I don't want you guys to hear the echo. Okay. I'm sorry, so sorry. But I'm so sorry. But
you're good.
Yeah, so that's how we connected. So no, this wasn't my first time being an assistant director, but this was the first time. This was the most hands-on I was.
Okay. Dad has become the star of the show tonight.
Yeah.
It's all in the live. It's all in the live. I see Shooting Future Stars has a angry face. Hilarious. I love it. It all makes for a wonderful show. So no matters. It doesn't matter. We're good. So I wanted to ask you all, and I wanted to drop down to Diane really quick because you did play the role of you said script
supervisor.
Yeah, supervisor. And I know that's a job within itself because I'm imagining that my brain would not hold. I was working on just my own, because for those who don't know, some of our friends and family and who watch the show know that I had a role in the film as well. And I'm always terrorized with memorizing. Like, how do they? Yeah, my brain is not going to hold it so much. So to be able to help and guide people through their own scripts, It's just fascinating to me, to say the least. So tell me a little bit about that. How was that to be able to, because you got to kind of, you're stuck with all of those lines. So how do you get yours straight?
Well, going back a few years, I had, and not to toot my own horn, of course, but just to give you some information.
Right.
At one time, I was doing 3 plays at the same time. And my mother would ask me, how do you remember, to say what and which script? And I said, well, it's like 3 conversations. If I talk to you, I'm going to talk to you about something. If I talk to someone else, I'll talk about something else. And that's how I kind of remembered how to do it. But being script supervisor, this was the first time on a movie set I was script supervisor. I've done it in plays, but never on a movie set. And it was fun. It was fun just to get to be involved with mentally, be involved with everybody's life who was depicted in the movie, because not only do you have to know them personally, one-on-one as a person, but you have to know the character and what the character means to the movie, and then be able to articulate to them, in this case with Rolo and sometimes with Keith too. Keith and I would get together and just to talk to them about their character and who their character was.
Right.
It was fun. It was fun, and just to go back and forth. But it I think it went just back to my history of being able to, God, thank you for it, being able to learn 3 different plays at the same time and keep them separate.
It takes major skills. Now, look, I always say, and I think Maya's heard me say, I am in no way, shape, or form claiming I'm some kind of actress, so to speak, but I enjoy. I remember the first movie, I was terrified. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, how am I gonna? I mean, my husband was so annoyed because I was like, no, we got to do this again. We got to do this again. He's like, I don't know anything about acting. Yeah, that sounds good. So he was absolutely no help. But this time around, I just loved it. And I will say that the crew helped me to really be comfortable. I think Tree talked with me about this, and Maya too, that it helps when you have people on set who are patient with you, because you're dealing with so many people who, some people have done it before, some people haven't done it before, but everybody was so patient and helpful. I know Diane, a couple of times right in front of the camera, I was just like, oh my goodness, I forgot. She's like, it's okay. We'll go back and do it again. And I was like, thank goodness, because I'm thinking, oh, I done messed up the whole daggone thing. I didn't remember. So it can be traumatizing, but the energy there was helpful. And how many people were new to a film, like never done this before? Laura and Mike and Sheila, and that's it. That in itself can be like scary, and then to have to say something on top of that, and then I was, some people mentioned play. You mentioned play, Diane. I've been in plays before and recognize the difference between doing a live play, which is so different from film. So sometimes I was like, well, I don't know, because that play, it was like whatever happens, they already heard it, so you can't fix it. It's over with, So you gotta fix it. Yeah, talking about live, okay? Maya's dad showed us how it works live. Hey, it is what it is. Roll with it. So, tell me a little bit about, because we found out who the skaters were, and we're gonna work on that. So,
wait, 1 second, Miss Lisa. I just wanted to ask you a quick question for like the viewers. Like you said that you had a role in the movie. How did you get the role?
Actually, okay, so Maya has been on Lunchin with Lisa before, because she is an actress and has done some wonderful things. She came on to actually her cast for that movie. I think it's I'm Ready. They came on and we talked to the cast, had a wonderful interview, and Shooting Future Stars Mignon reached out and said, hey, we had this role for host. What do you think about that? And this was like during COVID that all of you are involved in this, which is already a huge accomplishment, because COVID was a beast to be able to, record and film and all of that. And I was like, well, first of all, when she said skating, I was already sold. Like, Yeah. Okay. And it didn't matter that I was gonna be on skates or anything, because I didn't want nobody to see me fall, because I do fall. I ain't perfect. But skating I love. So anything that was involved with skating, I was all in. Plus knowing Maya and your mom and working with you all, the energy is always just positive and wonderful. So I was all in. I was nervous as I don't know what. But like I said, Diane was there. I think Keith was there. There were a couple people that were there, and I felt really comfortable. And just y'all made me feel like it was okay to make mistakes and get it. So hopefully I didn't take too many cuts, takes, whatever. But I enjoyed the entire experience. Everybody was so professional. I will say, Maya, too, in addition to that, especially for you being a young adult, and just the knowledge that you have, and you were open and willing to share it. So your direction was appreciated. She helped me because she was telling me, because I can be real laid back sometimes. And Maya was like, we need that energy. We need that energy. And I was thinking, man, if you brought one of my kids here and I was fussing at them about something, I could give you all the energy in the world. But I absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you for that question. And I love working with everybody and watching everybody's roles in the movie. It's hard to do this because you don't want to give away what everybody does, because like Laura's scene, like Diane and Laura in the same scene, and that was an interesting scene. And then Laverne and Sheila with the skating rink scene, and Michael had a couple of other scenes that took him into a whole nother storyline with Maya. And then Renato, your scene is actually really powerful because that was like a pivotal point in the movie. And gapping the young people with the older people and the father-son relationship and all of that. And Keith, actually, you touched on, just a best friend that has supported his friends through the years. And y'all were going back, look, first of all, brave as you will, going back to the skating rink all those years later. I would have been like, that is an absolute no. Okay. As far as competing with young people on wheels, no, that's not going to happen. I'll roll around with you, but we're not racing. We're not doing no tricks. None of that. I used to be able to do a little something. I'm not even going to try nowadays. Okay. That's not going to happen. But tell us a little bit. Well, first, what I want to do is go to a commercial. We're going to show the trailer, and then we're going to come back, and I want to talk about each of your scenes. Like, what was the best part and energy? Because each one of you, I can point out something that I absolutely enjoyed from what you did on screen. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I wish we had 2 hours for this show, because I could talk about this movie all day long. I loved just the whole thing and each scene. But we'll be right back. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. In the place to be. Hit it.
Old man? Who you calling old man?
You guys don't even know. You're talking to a legend here.
And y'all trying to get the crew back together after all this time to battle some disrespectful youngins? And who cares about that?
Eric, why don't you mind your own business? This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Stop what you're doing, because you're about to ruin the image and the style that I'm used to.
Man, you a loser. Call me?
Wait a minute.
When I first talked to him about his dreams and the skating, I was not referring to him battling no bunch of kids.
Oh, yeah. It's on now.
Put your left hand up, put your left leg up. Put your right hand up, put your right leg up. Put your left hand up, put your left leg up. Put your right hand up, put your right leg up. And just slide on your left, say what? Just slide on your right. Come on now. Slide on your left, say what? Just slide on your right.
Old School Rollers coming Saturday, August 28th at 12 noon and 3 p.m. at Washington, D.C.'s The Ark. Tickets now on sale at eventbrite.com.
Cause I got the swagger, the big dog mellow, and I stay on my game. Nothing but fame, nothing lame.
Yeah, so y'all disregard the ending. That was actually the first time that there was a screening for the movie. Just to remind us, it was August 28th? Was that the first viewing? That was the very first time. So for you all who are just, I don't know where y'all been hiding, new to the party, but it's been out there for a minute. We've had plenty opportunities for you all to see this. And November 7th, okay, is probably one of the last opportunities for a while that you'll be able to catch this movie, which is why it's important that you get these tickets. So I'm telling you what, before we get into another conversation, let's do a giveaway. Y'all know I love giving away stuff. Yeah, I just love giving away stuff. So we're going to give away 2 tickets. We'll do one now. We'll come back and do it again. And then I'm going to do a shout out to those who actually took advantage of the promo that's been going on today. But I wanted anybody who's been on here, and thank you so much for everybody who's been tuning in. But I wanted you, first of all, to share, like the post, share it with other people, and comment, please, and send some love to the cast. But I want everybody in Maya, I'm going to let you pick this one. What is a question? And we've all talked about roles and who played what and that kind of thing. If you were paying attention, it's the teacher in me or the mama in me. Let me see. Tell me, Maya, what's a question that you would like somebody to answer to win a set of tickets to see Old School Rollers on November 7th?
Okay, so out of everyone here, except for the way I was roped into the project, let us know how at least one person was brought on to the Old School Rollers project.
Okay, so that is the first question to win a set of tickets. If you can actually share, for all those who tuned in, if you can share out of everyone who's on here, all of the cast, do you remember how either one of these cast members was brought into the Old School Rollers project? If you can come up with that, and what we'll do is kind of watch the thread and see who comes up with that question, and we're going to get back into the conversation, and hopefully somebody has been paying attention, because it would be really bad if you all don't win these tickets, because we're going to be there, so you'll be missing out, not us. So we're trying to help you out to get into place. I will want to shout out to Dove Style Magazine, because Dove Style Magazine, which is my online magazine that I launched back in 2012, will be actually covering the event. So I'm looking forward to, interviewing you all, get some reviews, and talking about it. So let me see. Michelle Bolden Hammond. Lisa was asked to be because of the being on Lunchin with Lisa. Okay, so Maya, we got a winner. Congratulate! Because look, let me tell y'all something about Lunchin with Lisa people. They come in here to win. Okay. Michelle is one of those who do not play. Cheryl, look, Cheryl was right, but Michelle got to it before you. So that's okay though. We got other chances maybe popping up for you all to win. But congratulations, Michelle. We will make sure we take your name and get those tickets to you and see you on Sunday. Okay, so that's the first giveaway. We'll do another one. And I'll also shout out some people who have won some tickets. Congratulations, Michelle. So let me ask you all, and like I said, I wish I had 2 hours because I enjoy talking to you all. Let me ask you a little bit about what you gained from your your scene. Let's talk about Laura. Laura, your scene, that was and actually Diane, you can chime in too, because you all had a living room scene that talked about some real important topics of today. Which to me is brave on so many counts, because people have so many opinions. But you all, what I like about the script, and congratulations and shout out to Tree, that there was such a balance of this side versus this side. So it wasn't like you could say, oh, it's one-sided and they were all this way or the other. And that's hard to pull off sometimes. So Laura, and then Diane, I'm gonna come to you. What was exciting or interesting about your role in that scene? Because that was a powerful scene in this movie.
Yeah. When I first read it, I thought it was very brave too. And I liked it. I thought it was very well written and well done. And I liked how, he was able to bring up to the surface those kind of perspectives that people have, particularly around the last election and issues that's come from that. And what I gained from that scene was I loved how the other characters in their response to Karen, they were very straightforward and and eloquent, and how it was written, and very not persuasive. It was just very real and truth. So truth was spoken in a way that it was done, that it came
That
straight
you
to
could receive it.
yeah, and
Right.
it was easy. I received it whenever the other actors were, in that scene, they were talking back to Karen. But as they're talking back to Karen, of course, like me as Laura, I'm receiving it. I'm receiving what's being said that is a truth, and so I really enjoyed being part of that experience.
Well, and it seemed like, that's part of acting is it was like, okay, so Laura's character in the role was like, okay, she really believes this. So they were schooling you because they're like, okay, we got to catch her up. It was so funny because everybody's facial expression was like, what? I loved it. And Diane, I wanted to actually touch on your scene because you were in that scene, but because your role was the wife of the main character, you actually, which I loved. I don't know if many people paid attention to it, but for me, it was the connection, the spousal connection, because you were such a huge support to him on moving on in his retirement to do something he loved to do. But at the same time, there was this brother-brother relationship that you were trying to, balance, because there's like, oh goodness, we got to go over here and deal with this. And that was real life. That's just the role of the wife sometimes. So how was that for you? Because that connection was actually it was a lot of fun to watch that.
Yes. I tell you, when I read the script, my first thought was, wow, I get to tell Karen how I feel. I can let it come out. Because, you see on social media how the Karens, quote unquote, really behave. And it was just disheartening because a lot of times the Black person, and I'll say that, was looked down on or looked to, like it was their fault. And the Karen got away with it. And it's like, oh my God, I get a chance to tell her off. So
and you did it so eloquently. I mean, I do agree with Laura. It was very classy. You didn't get angry. You stayed very calm. And I was like, yeah, because that could be a hard one, because it could have been a whole pop-off situation. Like, wait a minute,
Right. And then to add to that, what I did was I tried to hone into what I thought Claire Huxtable, how she would handle it. Claire could tell you off with a straight face.
That's true.
And just as nice as pie. And
yes,
you'll leave the house feeling like this big. And that's what I wanted to do to Karen.
Speechless. Yes. Claire Huxtable will put you in your place and you like, what just happened here? And I still like her, right? I still like her after she told me off. I still like her. So I love it. So let me go down to the gentleman, because you all had very different roles. And you touched on, like Renato, your scene really touched on the father-son relationship. So was that hard to hone into that? How did that make you feel? Because that was where the lessons were learned and received, because it was a whole nother energy, but you were that catalyst for, wait a minute, let's do a self-check here. And a lot of times, brothers not checking brothers, or, sisters not checking sisters, but you actually were still in mode of, I'm your friend, but yeah, you're not doing that right. So how was that?
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it was spot on, because I deal with that in my everyday life. So I deal with situations, and it was like, I was like, well, I was meant for this, because I deal with this regularly. With people that go through it, whether it's with father and son, father and daughter, different situations like that. So it was just like, okay, I know exactly how to. So me being able to play the role, it was actually easy for me, because it was like, this is everyday life for me. So Absolutely. It was like, I can deal with it. And, just to see how they was portraying it, I was able to bring out the emotion of, hey, you got to fix this, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of people won't do, is fix it.
Well, and that's why I like this film, because it was real life. All of these roles that everybody played, whether it was granddaughter, I mean, Maya too had a best friend in the movie. So the interaction between her and her girlfriends was just real. That's how, young ladies, team up with each other. And it was just adorable when they were in Ben's, was it Ben's Chili Bowl? And y'all were talking about, he came over in the fifth. We're not going to give away everything. I'm just saying, y'all need to get these tickets. And if you don't win tickets, you still go out there and buy tickets and see this movie. But yes, Renato, because that's real life. That's what's happening right now. And Keith, you actually were like his best friend from long time ago. And on top of that, you all were skaters. So I love the energy of, we got these young people who are challenging us. I don't think so. So how was that?
Right. Yeah, I actually loved it. I loved it. But most of all, I love getting the crew together, bringing people together, because that's who I am in real life. You know, I'm a family man, and I like to bring people together. And those that know me know that I'm a big jokester. So I'm the fun person. I like to laugh. I bring joy. I mean, if you're in a room with me and you're not smiling, then something is wrong. Even if
Well,
you're
we
smiling
saw
or laughing.
that.
Yeah.
Look, I want to tell you, Keith, we saw that in, and you all will catch it in that very first scene when the main character came into the skating rink, and you were stuck on. I'll just say this: you were stuck on donuts.
Good job.
We're gonna go with that, and I loved it. So that pulled out that character, and you know, funny because it was absolutely hilarious. You were just like zoned in. This is what we're gonna do. Look at this. I loved it.
Yeah.
So Michael, we're gonna touch a little bit about you and Maya's connection, because you all actually had what I would call a well, that was your love interest, and we actually got to see in the film a young couple or young adults actually connect. Diane comes into that, which is one of my favorite scenes, as the grandmother with the closed door. I'm just gonna say that. That is hilarious, and you all got to come and see that. We ain't gonna say no more about that because you're gonna know what I'm talking about then. But tell me a little bit, Michael, about that scene. Is that the first time you've even had to do a role like that? How was that for you?
I mean, it was all right. It wasn't the first time I had to really do a love interest role, but it was not overwhelming, but kind of just a lot, in the sense that like it was like the first time I've ever like met Maya, and it's like the first time I met her, and then like, okay, we're cool and everything, and then the next time I meet her, we're like holding hands. You know what I mean? So it's all to entertain and whatnot. But it was a little bit to get over. But after that, it was fun. It's just all in day's work.
Yeah, because I mean, you think, wow, this is moving really fast, but it's like, okay, cut, okay, next, and it's like, wait a minute, I didn't even get to know her last name, and y'all know her name. I love it. I loved it. And so I wanted to ask Laverne and Sheila, because one thing I like to actually highlight too with things like this is when you're doing the extras or the background scenes and things like that, because they're so important. I think sometimes people don't realize that what's going on in the background catches a lot of people's eyes as well. So you think that they're looking at the main character sometimes, but sometimes they don't even know who's in front. They're looking at what's going on in the back. That's why you get the comments of, did you see what shoes she had on or whatever? Because I know I do that sometimes with watching TV, and my husband's like, why is that where you're looking? Like there's a movie going on here. So tell us a little bit about how it was, because this was kind of fun. I mean, you got to be in the skating rink. There was just to share a little bit without sharing a little bit, is there was some performances that were going on. You got to, like I said, get your dance on. So how was it? Because it was an energetic kind of film, and this being your first film, Sheila, how was that for you all? Laverne?
Well, the whole crew and cast, we just gelled. So that was the importance of actually playing the role of a parent of someone who's learning how to skate. I didn't feel like a small role or a small part.
Right.
I felt as though I was in character. I was doing my thing. And so it just was a fun movie to participate in. It was a fun movie to watch a young director, and Maya. Everything was just so wonderful. I mean, it was awesome. And so I just had a ball.
I agree. And I could tell because I caught you. I remember the viewing I went to, and I was like, Laverne, I saw you out there. Yeah, I saw you. Lift your right leg up. I saw you. So Sheila, how was it? Because you said this was your first time.
For me, it was really good because I didn't have to be on the set. I was at my home. And so I had an interaction with Yeah, that was really good. To break in, since this is very new to me, that they captured the scene in my home was really wonderful. And I'll do the next one. The next time I'll get on set, maybe. And then there's a memory for me because my mom was there, and like I said, she's 87. I never know, and she never knows, but I never know, and so at least I'll have something to hang on to whenever. So I really enjoyed this though, and it was even better when I got to see it on screen. I was like, oh my gosh, that's us. That's us. I am very excited about it. Good job to all of you all, and thank you again for having me, do this. I appreciate it. It was good. It's fun.
Yes, I feel the same way. It's wonderful. And actually that's why this is such a great family film, because they invited, your grandparents, your grandchildren. So people of all ages got an opportunity to be in this film in some shape or form, which is always cool. I know when I've been on, background scenes for what I had just as much fun as the person. As a matter of fact, I was like, oh yeah, don't give me no lines now, but I can sit back here and make faces and do all kinds of stuff and be like, oh, look at me or whatever. So yeah, it's fun no matter where you sat in this project. It was a lot of fun. And I thank the whole cast and crew for making everybody feel just, good about what they were doing and how they were contributing. And shout out to Tree. Yes, it's absolute. Look, if you want to do it again, it's just like, hey, bring another one. I think this was a wonderful idea. The timing couldn't have been better. And it just energizes so much family love, generational love, all good things. It's a really feel good movie that I think everybody should see. So what I want to do before we close out, and definitely want to bring you all back. I hope this is not the last time, but I want to remind everybody that because this is Lunching with Lisa, we usually have a segment of the show where we pull out the lunchbox, because why wouldn't we have a lunchbox? Because we lunching with Lisa. So I'm aging myself because normally lunching for my age group means somebody is tripping. Okay. But what we do is have people kind of email us about questions, whether it's current events, it could be a mask situation, or people or some Karen sometimes, Laura. And we talk about what people are out here lunching about. We're not going to do that today though, because I want to really make the most of what's going on with the cast. But remember, you all can still email in to my email and tell us about what people are lunching out there about, and let's talk about it. I'm not going to put the cast on spot since we have a full house tonight, but if y'all come back again, y'all going to get caught up in the question. We're going to have some fun. But I really wanted to ask, and maybe I'm putting you on the spot, but why not? Because that's what live is all about. And I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite? And it could be your own scene, but I wanted to ask each person, what was your favorite? And don't tell too much, but what was your favorite scene? Just give us the setting to maybe tease people a little bit on what they can look out for when they, and I'm making a demand right now. When y'all get y'all tickets and get to the room, y'all know, some of the spots to look out for. So Maya, what, out of everything you did with this movie, what was maybe your favorite scene without giving them too much?
My favorite scene was actually the battle scene, and not because, the fact that we built up so much anticipation for it definitely played a part, but just being in the moment, because that was one of the last scenes that we shot. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like we're almost done with the movie. And it's so crazy because now we're actually here at the big battle. And just seeing everyone there having such a good time, and it was just a really wonderful experience. And even the atmosphere was just so happy and so lighthearted and so fun. So that was definitely my favorite scene to shoot and also to watch, because I got a chance to see everybody, all the extras and all the actors and crew behind the scenes. So it was just a wonderful scene.
Yeah, I love it. So Laura, what was your favorite?
Well, it has to be, I think for me, it's the dinner scene. And the reason why is because I think open dialogue needs to happen. Mm-hmm. And it's only through dialogue and talking to each other and trying to understand that we bring more healing and understanding of one another. So I would have to say it's the dinner scene.
Absolutely. How about you, Diane?
My favorite scene is actually a couple of them when Keith and Lola go around try to convince the other teammate to come on board. That was so funny. It was just funny.
I love it. Yeah, that was because they had to con some folks. It was like, I got something over top of them. They'll work with us. I loved it. So Laverne and Sheila.
Two, the door scene with Diane, Maya, and Michael. And then the second one was the garage scene with Keith and Prue. I'll just leave it that part. I mean, growing up in Southeast, you know, you just don't do certain things. And it was like on. I loved it. I was laughing the whole time.
Love it. How about you, Sheila?
I think the scene where on the sidewalk where the star and the father, the star was talking to the father and telling him, you know, that he was acting like his dad had acted. We need more of that. And I really thought that was a great scene. And then, of course, the one where the grandma and like Laverne said, the grandma and Maya and Michael and the door. I've been on both sides of, you know, of that, where the door was, I was going downstairs, or the door was, I was actually opening the door and say, oh, no, that's not happening. So I like both of those things. They were beautiful.
Yes, I agree. So Michael, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene had to probably be the argument in Ben's Chili Bowl, just because while I just met Maya, on the other hand, I just met Brian, the person that played Jaja, and it really like kind of tested me as an actor to like, because like I just met the guy and I had to like fight him and argue with him. So like, it kind of like really kind of helped me learn how to get better as an actor and overall.
And you played that role. You sure did. I was like, they better watch out because I'm about to go down. So Keith, what was your favorite? You on mute.
I'm coming. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So my favorite, I believe, was Jaja's father when he was standing on the corner talking to his two friends, and things started going through his mind. He started remembering what the advice that he got. I'll leave that there without telling too much of the movie. And then he acted on that advice, you know, and I just thought that was beautiful. And
absolutely,
it was life-changing for Jaja.
Absolutely. And Reynardo, what was your favorite scene?
My scene, of course. Let's go. No, but for real, like that interaction between them two, you know, father and son, it was heartfelt for me. So, you know, when you go see the actual scene, then you understand what I mean.
Absolutely. Y'all, these are all good reasons to come out and see this movie. So we gave away the first set of tickets. Let's go ahead and get the other set of tickets and do a shout out to those who actually were able to take advantage of the promo. So let me see who we want. Reynardo. So what I want you to do is come up with a question that maybe one of your other cast members has talked about, and hopefully people have been paying attention, that could win them this set of tickets. So what question do you have for somebody that could possibly win them these tickets?
Okay, let me see. Let me see. We all talked about, well, most people touched about it. What would be the scene that they talked about that has to do with Grandma, Maya, and Michael?
Wonder if they caught that, huh?
Yeah, that's a good one, right? If they was paying attention, that's a good one.
So I'm gonna
'Cause
give y'all a
about
few minutes as we get ready to tune out. And if you put it in the chat, I'm hoping that it comes before we say goodbye. But you all, there was a scene that we kind of touched on. We ain't told too much about it, but if you are there on the 7th, you will know exactly what we are talking about. And I promise you, it will go on the list of many of one of your favorite scenes. And for old school folks, y'all going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Diane played, look, it was like you wanted to open the door back up. Like, I wanted to open my door and come home. Like, she ain't playing. So let's open that door. So I love it. I want to thank you all for joining Lunchin with Lisa. And like I said, I would love for you to come back. Tree, you have done an awesome job. Shout out to you and Outreach Productions on Old School Rollers. We really want to make sure that you all get a chance and opportunity to see this film. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful family movie for all to see. And as Tree has mentioned before, Tree Walters is his name, Outreach Productions. But as he's mentioned, that we don't have a lot of films like this out there. And that's why this is so important, because I am one of those people that feels like, what you pour in, what you see and embrace, whether it's music, movies, all kinds of stuff, that stuff stays in you. So it has to be positive. It has to be empowering. And this is it. So I'm encouraging you all to go to Eventbrite and get your tickets. So right now, before we say goodbye, I wanted to shout out all of the people who took advantage of the promo that we had going out there. We called it, I think, Last Chance Promo, or I think, was it it might even been Dove Style Promo. Somebody mentioned to me, whatever promo you want to call it. We actually put it out there for people to go out there and get a ticket. They get a free ticket by 7 p.m. So congratulations to Jennifer Baldwin, Akima Price, Dennis McKee, Lisa Williams, Sheila McKee, Ciatara, I hope I'm not saying the name wrong, Simmons, Laverne Coleman, Lorraine Neal, Louis Gross, and we also have who we had, because I don't want to miss anybody, and Charlie Henry. I think we also had an additional Danielle Blackwell. Congratulations to all of them. They will be in the house on the 7th. I can't wait. Shooting Future Saw said Dove Style Promo. Thank you so much for allowing Dove Style Magazine to cover the event. I can't wait to really, kind of interview some of the people, the cast members, everything. So please make sure that you go to Eventbrite, look for Old School Rollers, and get your tickets. I think you will be very pleased, and support our own DMV. To me, this is another opportunity to put DMV on the map. And when I say DMV was on the map, there was some history with DMV. You will see places. If you live here or heard about DC, you will see familiar places. You will probably see familiar faces. It's kind of cool to be in a movie and see people that you know. It just makes it that much more personal. So again, thank you all for joining me on Lunchin with Lisa. I'm here for you. I know all of you all are talented, have your own things going on. So I welcome you back at any time to shout yourselves out on all of the great work you all are doing. And I wanted to personally say, congratulations to all of you. I am a fan. Okay. Yes, I was in the movie and I absolutely enjoyed, but I am a fan. I absolutely love the movie and will continue to push it. So thank you all. Did you all have any parting words before we say goodbye?
Yeah, Lisa.
I just believe Cheryl Davis in the chat got it right.
Say that again.
Hello?
Yeah, I just believe Cheryl Davis in the chat got it right.
Cheryl Davis got the second question right.
She did.
Okay. Oh yeah, she did. Congratulations, Cheryl. So we got winners. Congratulations. All right. So we're gonna have a full house. We're gonna have a good time. Thank you, Ronaldo. See, that's what I need. More eyes to check out what's going on over there. So congratulations to Cheryl. Congratulations to Cheryl. Yes, Keith.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much from Outreach Productions. We really appreciate all the time and attention and the promotion that you're doing for us. We are truly grateful.
Absolutely. Easy button. I think this was a phenomenal project, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. Every single one of you did an amazing job. And I love it. Laverne, did you have any party words?
I did. I wanted to say thank you to you and Dove Style Magazine and Luncheon with Lisa. But also, I wanted to say thank you to Outreach Production, as well as Shooting Future Stars.
Absolutely.
Who invited 2 extras, Sheila and myself, to come on here. I feel special.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm so happy for everybody. The movie is doing great. And congratulations on anything that comes from this, the next stepping stone to whatever you're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it. I can't wait till I can watch it over and over and over again. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere on demand. Whatever you want, y'all need to watch Old School Rollers and put some skates on and try it out. It might not be that bad, okay? Just don't go on a busy night because they will scoot you out the way and keep it moving. So, but no, I have had a wonderful time, and I hope you all tune back into Luncheon with Lisa every Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. We stream live on Facebook and YouTube. We have wonderful guest stars that you have seen tonight. And for the rest of you all that won, and the rest of you all that I know are going to go get out there and get the tickets, I will see you on Sunday at 4 p.m. So y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.
Wonderful. Thank you.